Hey guys, what's up? It's Broadley, and I've got some jet tips for Battlefield 3. Now, I'll have some gameplay in the background. So my main tip for flying a jet in Battlefield 3 is learn your controls well, and possibly go into an empty server at first, and learn how to fly a jet, and do all the controls so you can do it well. You can outwit, and even get a friend involved to practice manoeuvres. Um, and what I do personally in a jet is I go third person, like you can see here, when I'm flying the jet and trying to find a target. And then I go first person to engage the target, which is normally the enemy jet. And in this one, it is the F-18. Sometimes I'm in the F-18. F-18 is my personal favourite jet. That's just my opinion. Um, and I'm going to talk about what you should actually use for your jet, like what sort of your defensive, your countermeasures, your weapons, and your upgrades. I personally run with air radar as my upgrade because it is so useful. You can see, well, since the new patch, you can see your friendly jets, you can see enemy, and it works so well. And it avoids. You can help avoid crashing as much as possible because you know exactly where your teammates are. So that's what I use. And for my countermeasures, I use EMC Jammer. Because one, it breaks a lock. It takes longer for them to lock back on after. And I just generally think it is an awesome. Well, it's not awesome, but it's a better way of doing it. As you can see, I just engaged the helicopter, and he's trying to lock me now. Now what I'm doing is, he can turn faster than me. I know this. So what I'll do is I will just circle with him, or I'll go straight up in the air. But he was pretty much at the max altitude, so I couldn't go straight up. As you can see here, this is something that I refer to as tunnel vision, but he's still doing it. Is where one guy just focuses on one target. Even if he's being shot at, he'll still focus on that one target, and he just dove at the ground. He just hit the floor. So that's why I broke off. So that's a good tip, is don't do tunnel vision. Tunnel vision is probably the worst thing you can do in Battlefield 3 when flying a jet. Because you will get locked on one target, and you'll have someone coming up your arse, or your rear end, or whatever you want to say, and they will gun you down. Because that's what I always do. As soon as I see someone with tunnel vision, I will just gun for them. No one else, just them. And also, I do get disabled in one of these clips, and I try land the jet if I've got enough health. There was one point where I didn't have enough health and I didn't realise it, and unfortunately I lost the jet. So yeah, as you can see, I've just disabled him, and that's one thing I hate, is when people bail on a jet. Don't bail, because it doesn't make you a better pilot. Because good pilots, if they're disabled, they can still manage to turn around the fight on you and probably and sometimes kill you before you kill them. So they will kill you, and then it will say that you've killed them, but you won't get any points for your jet because you've bailed. And as you can see, yet another bailer, and unfortunately I didn't realise. I thought he had just slowed down, and I take a lot of damage to my jet. And as for my weapons, I use rocket pods because that helps my team out. Because I can do tank disables, I can focus on ground units if need be, but your main priority is to focus on jets first. Jets are your worst enemy. Then you focus on the helicopter. Once they're both down, you can go to ground units, but you have to take the jets down first, because the jets are the only ones that will be able to keep up with you. Even if you are the helicopters can keep up, but you'll have to be flying back at them for them to actually do something effective. And as you can see here, this is what I mean. This guy just focused on the helicopter. He didn't check for targets. If you don't have air radar, check for jets. Just check the skies for jets. Best thing I can recommend. And with using the machine gun, if they're quite far ahead of you, put your little crosshair or your little dot, because I believe the minigun aims for the dot, put it in front of that target. And if they're turning, always put it in front of them, because they will fly into your bullets all the time. And as you can see there, I picked up a quick kill for the helicopter, and then I get a Stinger missile. This is what I mean about the landing. I slow down and I control the jet. Try not to make the wings fluctuate too much, because there is a clip later where my wing touches around and I blow up. As you see, I hop out and I repair. But you want to do this on flat land, because I've done this before and there's been a hill in front of me and I've gone straight up. Not fun. What you need to do is make sure you've got some flat land in front of you so you can get off, and use your afterburners on takeoff, because it's so helpful. Afterburners help so much, especially on takeoff for the first deployment. They will help get out of your situation so quickly. And as you can see here, I'm about to engage another jet. And what I do is, if I turn too soon, I slow down so the enemy jet can get in front of me, and then I can take him down. This is the sort of thing, when pilots do this, they become easy targets, and I hit the jet. And this is what I mean about low health. I didn't realise what my percentage was on my jet. I land it here, I hop out, and it blows up before I can get to it. So I cut that clip out, because then I go capture one of the objectives. As you can see here, I engaged the helicopter, because I could see no air targets, no jets, it was only the helicopter. And because he was barraging on our transport helicopter, I went to help out. As you can see here, he's doing what I normally do in a helicopter. I'll land it to repair, and I'm trying to take him down, because I don't want him in the air. I want him on the floor, I don't want him in the air, I want him dead. As you can see here, I switched my rocket pods, I reload them on the flyby, I come down and I actually kill the guy repairing his helicopter. So that takes care of that helicopter, but unfortunately I don't realise there's jets up as well. So this is where I try outmaneuver him to get behind him, and unfortunately he's not a very good pilot, so he doesn't realise circle strafing is probably your best bet, and me and the friendly jet just collided. So this is where I crash, this is where I try to land again, and unfortunately I screw it up and my wing touches, and that's me gone. So best tips for you guys is use air radar always, and then either choose rocket pods or heat seekers as your weapon. Guided missiles are pointless, they do no damage anymore. As for your countermeasures, either ECM jammer or IR flares, because they're the two better ones. As you can see here, I knew my friendly jet had gone to engage that one, so I broke off, hovered around the base a little bit and waited for this guy. Unfortunately he's got tunnel vision again, and I just get up behind him and I just gun him down. So best tips is just to not have tunnel vision, so don't just focus on one target. Constantly be checking the skies when you first take off if you don't have air radar, and always go for jets first. Always go for the jets first. So that's what I would recommend for jet flying. So I will talk to you guys in my next video, which is probably going to be a Tekkit or Technic. I believe it's Technic that I'm doing today. Here's just some stats that I got. I do skip these, and then I'll show you my credentials on my vehicles. I skip past it first, and then I go to scroll back. As you can see here, I'm 8 service stars in the jet, and I'm 2 service stars in the attack chopper.